I'm here with one half of the legendary Ring Brothers. This is Mike Ring. And the Ring Brothers have just chalked up award after award for some of their killer custom creations. Mike, you got to tell me, what is the inspiration behind these cars that you and your brother make?
You know, I don't know, just to be different. I really don't know what the inspiration comes from. It's just, you know, working on collision cars every day. You just want something different to do. And the older cars, what we grew up with and what we didn't have and what we wanted to have, we've been lucky enough to do that.
Well, speaking about what you did have and what you didn't have, what was the first car that you and your brother customized?
Well, I actually started customizing a '69 GTO convertible, and then I went in the Navy. And I remember coming home from the Navy. Jim was a few years younger than me, and I said, I went in the basement, and I said, "Where's my car?" He says, "I sold it." I said, "What'd you do with the money?" "I spent it." So that was probably our first thing together. But he took all the profits and that from that car. But our first car, Jim and I, probably really starting with lawnmowers and 55 Chev, but long before we had driver's licenses, we were messing with cars and painting them in Mom's garage.
And you're known for your muscle cars, for your Mustangs, especially your 65 Mustangs, which are incredible. But there has to be something that you've longed for doing, the car that kind of got away, the car that if you could get it back and redo it, is there any car in your past you'd love to do?
You know, I never had a car that was really worth doing, so no, I really didn't. I always just, you know, I think growing up, my dad owned a gas station, and my brother then eventually, my oldest brother, eventually owned it, and there was a guy who had a '72 Javelin, and to me, that car was amazing. So believe it or not, I think a '72 Javelin would make a really cool street machine. So there's definitely something there with a Javelin, believe it or not.
That is cool. That is very cool. Inspirations. I mean, there really is nobody who builds cars like you and your brother do, but are there people that you look up to or guys from the past that you kind of look as to inspiration?
You know, I think, you know, my son, Hunter, he's 18, and he's not into cars at all. I mean, I can't get him into it, but what he's got out of this is the people. So inspiration, I guess, is the Troys and the Bobbies and, you know, the Roy Brizios and Chip. It's how good of people they are, and that's, you know, I'm inspired by that part, and to get to know and look. Cars have definitely given Jim and I a medium to meet really cool people, and that's what my son is seen through all this. He thinks it's cool with the people, but as far as cars, you know, they are just cars. We love to do them, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it's about family and enjoying what we do, and we're really lucky that we've been able to do what we love to do. But I don't want to put anybody on a pedestal, nor me on one, or, you know what I mean? We're all just people. And
well, you are on a pedestal to me. I think your work is incredible, but you hit on family, and that's kind of the last thing I want to talk about. Is it's unique that two brothers can get along and build these great cars. What's it like working with your brother?
Believe it or not, with my mom, I think I told this story last night, her brothers owned a factory, and there was a lot of hard times, but if you can just keep the women, you know, the thing is guys can forget it. We can tell each other whatever we want, but, you know, if you take it home with you and you tell your wives about it, obviously they're going to pick a side, whether you know, and you're always giving them your side of the story. But guys can forget it. Sometimes women hold a grudge. It shouldn't be so, but I mean, what I'm saying by it is, you know, don't take it home with you. If you do have troubles with one, get it out, air it out, and the next day, breathing all that paint, you forget about what you're mad about anyway. But just don't take it home with you. And I think that's what we've learned is, you know, if we want to go home and complain to the wives, of course they're going to want to believe what their spouse thinks and wants and you know, makes you feel better, but it really doesn't help the situation. Just work it out, air it out, and you're always brothers, and nothing's going to come in between that. We don't always agree, but...
Well, this is Mike Ring, and this is his car life.